What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. So it looked like Skip Bayless has broke the internet yet again, and Cheryl Reeve spoke about Caitlin Clark again. Also, guys, for this one here, we got to go to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Somebody that has not been in the headlines as of lately is Skip Bayless because he's currently unemployed, man. All he got is his YouTube channel. And I'm telling you, he's making the most of it, bruh, because he's currently back in the headlines today for saying some things about Caitlin Clark that has stunned the world. He basically said he only rocking out with Caitlin Clark because she's white. It's being reported that jobless Skip Bayless admit he felt guilty for praising Caitlin Clark because she's white. At first, Skip Bayless was reluctant to praise Caitlin Clark. Bayless says he tried to fight his inner urge to celebrate her for one reason: they are both white. On the Skip Bayless show Thursday, he discussed why he initially favored Angel Reese over Caitlin. Here came this white girl from Iowa, and I started watching the WNBA much more closely than I ever have, Bayless said, and I started to think deep down in my psyche, wait a second, she's really good. But I'll be the first to admit I felt guilty saying so on TV or on social media. I did not want to look like this red state white guy cheering for this red state white girl. Our country feels split enough racially already. I didn't want to pour gasoline on the fire. Maybe I was wrong about this, but Caitlin Clark started to feel like some sort of new right-wing symbol. White women dominating game, dominated by black men and women for years and years. I could almost hear some people thinking white power, baby. And please, I'm not saying Caitlin is far right in her politics or her beliefs. I have no idea what her politics or religion are because she has carefully, and I say smartly, avoided taking any rookie year stands because she is already such a lightning rod. But obviously, I know what a powerful point of pride basketball has been to the black community in this country. Black men and women obviously have been routinely and consistently better at the game than white folks. That was Skip Bayless pretty much breaking his silence about Caitlin Clark, letting it be known at first he was not going to rock with her just because he's white. Well, it looked like since he ain't got no job, he got to rock with her, bruh. Moving on to another story, L. Duncan shedding light on Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever headed to the playoffs. Roll the footage.
WNBA. The Fever, who lost to the Aces last night, play them again on Friday. If they lose, this will be largely deflating for the Fever.
Generally, Elle, I'm sort of like, let's not take a loss and make it a bigger deal than it is. But in this case, this is going to be a gigantic deal if they lose to the Aces again on back-to-back nights to close out the regular season. It's because they haven't beat Las Vegas. It's the one team they have not beat this season. They are 0 for 3 against them. They've lost every single one of these games double digits. And more than just that, it's what the Aces have been able to prevent Caitlin Clark from doing in all of these games. May 25th, they lost by nearly 20. Caitlin Clark was 2 of 5 from three-point land, only had 8 points. This was very early in her WNBA career. This is when the Fever were still a sub-500 team, and they were not good. The next time they played, July 2nd, another double-digit loss, 88-69. Caitlin Clark was 1 of 7 from 3, had 13 points, 11 assists. Okay, getting better. But last night, Elle, it was an 11-point loss for the Fever. Caitlin Clark was 1 of 10 from three-point land, had 6 assists, did have 16 points. But this is alarming to me because this is more than just a one-off or a two-off. This is now a trend that Caitlin Clark doesn't shoot well against the Aces. And if they can't win a regular season game, yes, they're a young team, and oftentimes ignorance is bliss, but also for a young team, if they can't prove to themselves that they are more than what they've shown in these last 3 games, that can be alarming if these teams meet in the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's not anything. I don't know how deflating it would be in the first round matchup. They're not going to face the Aces in the first
Sure.
round. So I'm not sure that it would impact them in that way. Certainly, it'd be something that's in their head should they advance and have to face the Aces in the postseason. But one of the things that the Aces do particularly well that also bit the Fever in the ass yesterday, getting them into foul trouble. Lexi Hull was in foul trouble right away.
Mhm.
She's one of their best defenders. That really threw off their rotation. So we're seeing people, sort of hodgepodging minutes, if you will. Fever started out in fuego. I mean, I think Becky Hammond called an Aces timeout like 35 seconds into the game,
Mhm.
right? Aaliyah Boston gets into foul trouble, had to sit most of the fourth quarter. And like that's the Asia Wilson effect. She'll do that to you. She will get you into foul trouble because she is so good at getting to the basket. But yeah, I would agree with you in that the Aces are one of the best defensive teams in terms of they can defend at every single level and they can switch on her. Jackie Young is a really excellent defender. And Caitlin Clark admitted as much yesterday when she was sort of commiserating after the game about the offensive foul that ended up being pretty integral towards the end of the game that she was called for. And just saying that she feels like the Aces are one of the most physical teams. They're all really great defenders. And that she, was dealing with some contact, but she'll need to use her quickness and her speed a little bit more. But yeah, taking the 3-point out of her bag against a team like the Aces, who are really tough to penetrate on because Asia Wilson is an incredible rim protector, that's certainly an issue.
That was Elle Duncan on her podcast, pretty much wrapping up the Indiana Fever season, bro. And I have to agree with them. If they lose to the Aces tonight, it is going to deflate them in a major way. That's the only team in the league that they have not beaten yet. Hell, they even beaten the Liberty, bruh. I don't know what it is about the Fever and the Aces that makes this game so complicated, because we all know the Fever has what it takes to beat the Aces. They kept them under 90 points last game. It's just something about that third and fourth quarter that really has me scratching my head as to, like, it's almost like they're scared of the Aces. I just hate to put it that way, but maybe there is some intimidation factor coming from that team, because we all know the Aces is a super team, and maybe that could be the reason why the Fever always get deflated when playing them. But moving on to another story, look like Cheryl Reeve is finally coming around the mountain when it comes to Caitlin Clark. Check out this footage right here.
Future Hall of Famer, and has had a great impact on the game already.
What are some things that you're seeing from Caitlin Clark that stands out to you?
What I think makes her special, I know everyone will talk about the logo 3.
Now, when I first heard that footage, I was like, OMG, bruh. Cheryl Reeve just called Caitlin Clark a Hall of Famer, but yet and still you didn't pull her on a goddamn Olympics team? Are you serious? It is what it is, man. Caitlin Clark making a believer out of all these women, dog. Now, they is set to play the Aces tonight, and just like I said, man, this is a must-win game for them, and if you do not feel that way, something wrong with you, bruh, because they got to go out there and win this game tonight. No excuses, no bad roster change, no bad coaches from Christie. We got to go out there and stand on business, and that's exactly what I feel Caitlin Clark and the Fever should do. There is no time for hiccups. They have to cement their legacy in beating the Aces. That is the only team they have not put the beats on. I don't give a damn if they win in overtime. A win is a win. We have to beat them tonight. Get down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts about this. Keep them bells on, because you know what? I'm going to bring you the news. And until next time, dog, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out. Shake the haters off.